Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Red for Anfield Index. Here we sit on Monday, the 21st of April, one win away. Just absorb that, people. Just let it wash over you and just think already, even on Monday, what next weekend could bring to us. Unbelievable, isn't it? But today, that's what we're here to talk about. I'm your host, Dave Davis, coming to you from a pretty gloomy Edinburgh, but it's just the best time possible to be a Red right now. And you know how we do Daily Red. We'll be looking at all the stories, all the things going on around LFC that is out today. And to be honest, there's only one place to start, isn't there? Yesterday's game, that result, that moment, those headlines, that interview, all the things we just simply have to talk about. And you see it on the screen there. I don't apologize for this, even remotely. It is a thing of beauty, isn't it? 79 points out of 33 games so far. Arsenal, 13 behind. Liverpool will win the league if they beat Spurs at Anfield on Sunday. Still crazy saying that, but brilliant at the same time. We do hope, though, just to not go too far, Crystal Palace have got a job to do, haven't they? And that is to capitulate to Arsenal and make sure they lose on the Wednesday night. Absolutely crucial they do that. Do not ruin the perfect script now, Arsenal fans, because we all await your rage next weekend, especially when Tottenham are probably kicking it in the net themselves to make sure they can do the second ole, ole, ole chant, won't they? So, yeah, so much to look forward to. But what about today? What about yesterday? That game, that victory, that celebration, the way it went down. Probably worth listening to the main man, Arne Slot, and what he said about this game specifically, and maybe more importantly, the goal.
But today it was not a big chance that we scored. It was again a set piece in another big moment for us to score in a set piece, with us putting so much effort in it for 9 or 10 months now. Feels really good that in the moment we need most, although we needed it against Paris Saint-Germain as well when we headed it on the post, Jarrell. Now two big moments for us to score a set piece.
Set piece. I love how the way Arne Slot still obsesses even over that Jarell Quansah hitting the post against PSG, the way he brings back old games and he thinks about it. But he'll probably say, and he'll publicly think that, but there'll be an element where he'll be looking at the stats, if you can see them on the screen there, people, and thinking, how the hell did we need a set piece so late on? Because as the stats show, an XG of 2.62 against Leicester's 0.25. 28 shots in total. 10 on target. And I think this is a record if he hadn't scored, but 9 big chances. Just insane stats. And when you think about it, we hit the woodwork 5 times in this game. It seems absolutely crazy that we were relying on a set piece that way, but maybe, just maybe, the way it went down, there's a bit of sweetness to that. And the ability to actually say yesterday, we relegated Leicester, nothing sweeter than that, hey? So sometimes things just conspire to be even better than you expected. Ryan Gravenberch didn't care. So news out today, there's an interview with him. I won't give you too much. That is on the official website. But just to quote a line from this, it was a late one, but I'm very happy with the result. We kept pushing until the end and made it 1-0. Even when we don't play really good football, it's all about the result. You see the last 2 weeks, even when we didn't play good, we get the results. It's all about the 3 points. Yeah, we're in a title running. And whilst it's not our fault that no one else can live with us, it is just about results. I mean, when you look at those last 6, 5 wins, all this talk about we're limping across the finishing line, we're struggling to get there. Liverpool are, various things. It's a poor league, etc., etc. There's absolutely nothing that bears that out whatsoever. And even when you just look at the headline stats, to have scored 75 and only conceded 31, so we're averaging less than a goal conceded a game. And scoring over 2, about 2.25, isn't it, a game as well. So when you put all those metrics together, just absolutely ignore the talk and everything else that's being said. Ryan Gravenberch got it right. And he says a few more things in the article, so well worth a read there for you at the same time. There's only one person that everyone's talking about, though, isn't it? If you look at the AI website there. Morning, Trevor. Morning, all that are watching as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold. The only player to talk about, really, because of, you can see it, that celebration, that moment. It is what is dominating everything across the Liverpool sphere, if you want to call it that right now. I mean, that celebration, that's from Trent's Twitter account, and people jumped on this because if you look at what he put it under the handle of, it was special moments, which people have flagged that, hold on, Virgil put special moments just before he retweeted his contract renewal, so that'll come into the mix as well. People also talk about that celebration. You can't celebrate like that if you're leaving. That shows that he's staying. People then talk about reference the West Ham one and how that builds. People, understandably, like we have, talking about an Anfield tour guide and what does that mean for renewal as well, and all the things that go into that mix. Here's the other side to the coin, people. Trent's interview afterwards, did anyone see it? Where he said, I'm not going to speak about it. That's because he's going. As YNWA says, it's because he's going. Yeah. Arne Slot, when asked about it, and, Trent and the situation post-match, says there, it would be ridiculous if someone argues his commitment to the club, the work rate he put in to be back for today and make such an important goal, and for all the work he's done for this club, nobody can argue, in my opinion. And the head coach is rallying around him. You saw Virgil van Dijk at full time as well, didn't you? Make sure, he pushed him over, give him his acclaim. People sang that the Scouts are in the team. And whilst he's playing for us, and that is a whilst, yeah, so we should support him. All the booing talk and absolute nonsense. Whilst he played for us, he's a Liverpool player. You expect him to give everything. You support the players on the pitch. But as LAPS there is saying, Trent is gone. There's also an article, well worth you read. That's out today from Eddie around the Trent situation, everything we saw. And there's just a line from it. Trent's gone. Not officially, of course. No club statement, no farewell reel, but emotionally, spiritually, Trent left Liverpool long before the ball hit the net at the King Power. I agree with those sentiments. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not going to be a Liverpool player next season. Trent Alexander-Arnold is headed to Real Madrid. We all know that. I think, to be honest, people have pretty much made their peace with it and done the old meatloaf 2 out of 3 with Salah and Virgil staying. What's gone on now is, for me personally, an attempt just to softly reintegrate Trent into this squad with everything that's going. You saw there's like the tour guide, the stories. To me, it was a little bit orchestrated with Trent's coming back. How's it going to be taken? How will people react after Salah and Van Dijk? It's all just a bit of a PR ploy for me to reintegrate him. And obviously yesterday's moments. Yeah. Everyone is different. But whilst he plays for Liverpool, we support him. We want him to do as well as possible. And I'm saying whilst he plays for Liverpool, because this is the other bit that's been, doing the rounds and people debating this at the moment. Jamie Carragher talked about it yesterday, didn't he? Saying he shouldn't be starting. That Liverpool don't give farewell tours for players this way. And it's split the fan base, hasn't it, already? You'll have your opinion on it. People go in, yeah, give Conor Bradley his head, give him a run. He's going to be the first choice right back. Make sure you give him the minutes. Others are on the other side saying, no, play him every minute. He's contractually obliged to play and he's our best player. And referencing of the game yesterday where Conor Bradley didn't have the best of games, did he? I thought Mavididi got the best of him quite a few times there. Got forward into some good situations. Luis Diaz blast that one over. That could have been an assist for him. But there was one where you just thought, pull the trigger. And he didn't. Yeah. Pete, and that's a show me and Trevor got coming up this week, transfer show, with a bit more info as well around the right back situation and whether is Conor Bradley ready, as people just seem to be stepping into automatically to replace Trent. On the evidence of yesterday, didn't look like it, did it really? Didn't look like it at all. Muller 27 there saying he's going. He's doing everything so he won't get backlash. His Madrid announcement will be announced once his games are done. Yeah, it really is a mix, seeing in the comments about Ali PSAS saying people need to accept it and move on. Show some class as well by not booing. Football Knowledge agrees as well that Trent is 100% gone. Peter there, Kropotkin saying Bradley is not that guy. It's an interesting one, isn't it, when we talk about the future? Me and Trev are going to have a proper sort of run through with all the targets and the links. But it does appear on the surface, and it kind of escape your attention that Carragher's talking about it now. Other Sky pundits have been talking about Conor Bradley. Other media platforms have been talking about Conor Bradley being the ability to step in as Liverpool's number one right back. Just to be clear, I love Conor Bradley. I think he's a great player. It's a sort of academy player we should be bringing through. So much to like about the kid. But the gap between him and Trent right now, as was evidenced, and it's unfair to compare him to Trent, don't get me wrong, but just Conor Bradley to be Liverpool number one right now, yeah. But hey-ho, people. Trent did the business yesterday. Liverpool win. And maybe just with everything that's being talked about, it should have been about 5 or 6, but there is nothing sweeter than that. Not last gasp, but 76 minute, the travelling cop singing, rejoicing, all those things. Maybe that just makes it even better. But as Fabrizio Romano said, pretty much it's agreed. I wouldn't put any expectation on Trent being a Liverpool player next season. Next season, though, there is one player I am really, really hoping is a Liverpool player, and that is Morgan Rogers. So that's on the AI site this morning, that report that Liverpool are eyeing Morgan Rogers for 70 million quid. Now, there's a couple of things to say with this, just in terms of practicality. If Aston Villa make the Champions League spots, that top 5, forget it. There's no way he's leaving Aston Villa whatsoever. However, if Aston Villa do not get the Champions League spots, keep an eye on this one, because it's well known about their PSR situation, everything else they've got going on at the moment. And they're trying to sign Marcus Rashford. They're linked with the Norwegian youngster, aren't they? So if they don't get Champions League, just keep an eye on this one. I really would. In terms of Morgan Rogers as a player, I mean, It's funny when you can look at, and people will look to FBref like I'm doing and saying, well, that's not much to look at. Okay, successful take-ons, only 75th percentile, non-penalty goals, 67. They're his highest. And when you stack him up against players like Dominic Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, if you looked at him left, if you looked at him middle, it just doesn't really stack up at all. Ignore that. Your eyes tell you everything you need to know about Morgan Rogers this season. Morgan Rogers, nearly 23, homegrown, massive tick. Morgan Rogers, 27 goal contributions this season, 14 goals and 13 assists, massive tick. Morgan Rogers, nearly 4,000 minutes already this season, massive tick. Morgan Rogers, look at those alternates where he's played this season. Games in the 10, games on the right wing, games on the left wing, even a few up top. Morgan Rogers' versatility, a massive, massive tick. Morgan Rogers, absolutely taking the ball, turning it and smashing opponents off. Massive, massive tick. Liverpool moving for Morgan Rogers. Liverpool, if they can, getting Morgan Rogers even 70 million. Massive, massive tick. This is the guy. This is the one that if someone said to me, Luis Diaz is going, and again, if Villa get Champions League, this is completely off the docket. Ali PS saying, yeah, it's funny that I need Villa and Newcastle not to make CL. It's amazing how much this you just feel it could steer into our plans. But if they don't, this is honestly for me the one. Morgan Rogers. He's the one where if Diaz does go, he's the one to come in. And he's the starter on the left wing. Genuinely. Can play the other positions as well. So can be incredibly valuable. But if you can get Morgan Rogers this summer, do it. Absolutely do it. He is the one that these are the links I like. People will split the difference on this. I'm not a big fan of Jamesons particularly, but it seems the club are. I would love more news to accelerate around Morgan Rogers. That would be the absolute one for me. And yeah, as we just said, Alejandro Mate's put there, Roger, hard to get out of Villa if they end up qualifying. I'd actually say Alejandro, near impossible if they do qualify. But if they don't, and we can offer him that, and as champions, and with Villa's PSR, just a one to really watch. Can hear me almost manifesting this. I don't care. It's there. We're in for it. Other AI content today, people, absolutely tons for you. Even from yesterday, got Raw to listen to. I know Jack did the watch along. There was the Gag Tandem show. That sags is out as well. Plenty to listen to there. Even today, coming up, we've got Media Matters in just under an hour with David Lynch. We've got the transfer show later coming up during the week. Maybe recording tonight. I know the Up Boys have got their bits as well. So we have got content galore coming up for you today and for the rest of the week, because it all steers in to a special week, doesn't it? Even I'm looking forward already to Arne Slot's press conference where he's going to be asked about, the chance of winning the league. And we know he's going to say about one game at a time, exactly like Ryan Gravenberch did officially. You know all the things that are going to go into it. You know people are going to try and downplay it. They absolutely are. And that's all going to be faced into this week. But it's going to be brilliant just to absorb it all. Bizarrely as well, just things for the next few days, today and, tomorrow, Wednesday. I never thought I would say this on a Daily Red show, but quiet cheers for City and Arsenal. Because City play Aston Villa tomorrow night. That's a massive game, isn't it, in terms of the Champions League? I'm cheering City. I don't care. That can help the Morgan Rogers dream come true if City win that, and it's at the Etihad. I won't really cheer for Arsenal because it's Arsenal. I'll more just be hoping that Crystal Palace do their usual, like the way they ship 5 at St James's Park, like the way they ship 5 at the Etihad and just roll over, because they're fully focused on the FA Cup semi, aren't they? So I hope that happens at the same time, because that will mean that next Sunday, number 20 is literally on the verge of happening. What a week it's set to be. It's Easter Monday, folks. Just enjoy your day off. If you're hoping you've got a bank holiday, absorb all the content, watch it all, listen for it all. We have got you covered. This is the time just to savor everything you're hearing, you see it, drink it all in. You don't know if this will come around again. And for all the things that we talk about and transfers, and we're looking at that, we're top of the league, people. We can win the title on Sunday. Absorb everything you can. And on Monday, the 21st of April, that was another Daily Red for Anfield Index.